Hey guys, welcome to my daily video. I just want to show you what's going on right now. I just brought out the flowering plants from the time-lapse room to film them now. So let's have a look. So here's what's flowering today. Apart from the ones that were too big to move them. This is a hybrid between Wörlitz, Cantora Rot Orange and Cantora Gelb. Reinhard Liske hybrid from 2013. Super nice flower. I love it. Might have to repot it if I want to keep it. I'm not sure. Yeah, then here. Look at this. I think it's a first flowerer from a misplant Arboricola grandiflora cross. These were great. And it's just so small and it already has 4 flower buds. You can imagine how these end up flowering when they are big. They are so amazing. This is a great species for hybrid breeding because it's so impressive when it later flowers with 10, 15 flowers at once. This one here, Telegonoides hybrid, I think, or Shaferi hybrid, one of my own from 2020. Yeah, yellow, kind of yellow, right? I mean, you do not see it in the video. The color looks actually more yellow in reality than it looks in the video. This is actually the great color for Wörlitz hybrid, so I pollinated this one with it. So this is the father of this one, and this one will be the father of this one. The Arboricola I want to pollinate with Trichocereus glaucus that's open right now. Yeah, and this one here, this is the first flowerer from 2018, 160. Enigma crossed with KA 2006 161.3. Flowers unfortunately a little bit small, but still a nice hybrid. I like it. You know, this is an interesting body. That's what I like. How I told you yesterday that flower isn't the only thing that's important. I like the body. I will not keep it probably, but I still like it. I mean, this is a tiny bit different than the Cantora uniformity, you know? Like, it all looks the same with Cantora sometimes, and I like that when you have I don't know, it looks slightly different. But unfortunately, colorful, not enough. And size, this is very small. So this one here, I'm not sure if I can keep it or not. I mean, it's so, like, I don't know. This is great if it actually passes down good genetics. But if it's just passing down an exact copy of itself, then it's bad. I have a lot of these kinds of hybrids, and they are all they look very similar. So there's a lot of the father, if used as father, Shaferi and Telegonoides are very dominant. Here's the body. Body looks cool. I feel like this is something interesting that you do not see so often. I'm a little bit overwhelmed with these yellowish kind of flowers because I know they are useful. They can be good for breeding. This is big, by the way. This is 20 centimeters, 19, 20 maybe. That's useful for breeding, but there's a certain limit, you know. Especially when you breed, make crosses with it, and the offspring looks the same again. We will collect pollen here, here, and here. So let me just put the camera on the tripod. We will do this in one video. Okay, like this. Okay. I'm not sure if I have enough brushes. At some point I might have to go inside. Okay, which one's the most important one for me right now is the Arboricola hybrid. I like that one the most. So let's start with that one. Just collecting pollen. overnight. All plants were inside the house. I had them under the time lapse, and it looked pretty great. Right now the camera can recover from the work. I want to give it a few hours of time where nothing is done with it, because I'm a little bit paranoid about losing the phone now, because it would take at least 2 weeks to get a new one. And yeah, so I'm giving it breaks in between so it doesn't break. Gotta be careful because that's a nice flower and I haven't taken a lot of photos of it yet. Also not a lot of videos. I want to do that after this one. Taking a few clips. Okay, so this is the pollen that we collected. Arboricola hybrid by Miss Plant. And I want to say about these hybrids. Let's talk about them shortly. Miss Plant's Arboricola is somewhat in between growing columnar and hanging, like a hanging basket kind of plant, in between. Sometimes it produces one, but it's slightly more columnar than some other cultivars of that species. And Miss Plant crossed it with his grandiflorus hybrids. I think he made different crosses with different fathers, and most came out amazing. You know, a lot of flowers. When they flower, they often flower with 10, 15 flowers at once. If a plant from this hybrid group is treated right, they will turn into flower machines. Very good hybrids. Not huge, so the flower isn't so big. A lot of breeders that I'm friends with wouldn't work with it because the flowers are so small. But the size in this case is not so important. You just have such an explosive kind of growth, flower growth. It's just very impressive display. So, good hybrids. This is one of the hybrids that I have in mind when I think about Miss Plant's colored hybrids, you know? So, yeah. And I want to pollinate it with Trichocereus glaucus. Unfortunately, that flower is not open yet. So let's move to the next ones. Now I need a new brush to collect the pollen. Let me see. Yeah, okay. So now let's get the purple Wörlitz hybrid, because I need that kind of color for yellow. I work with this color a lot, and it's usually for yellow flowers, orange flowers. But there's very little pollen. I think I can already end it. I don't know. This is the way I would have to pound on these filaments to get pollen here. It would completely mess up the flower. But there's a little bit, you know. It's not much, but it could be enough for one pollination. But I hate when I'm doing peanut stuff, you know. I just like to have a certain amount of pollen available. If I decide for a certain plant as a father, then I need enough pollen of it. I do not want to make a cross where it eventually works, but I only get like 30 seeds because there wasn't enough pollen. Because the amount of pollen that you use also plays a part in how many seeds you will get. I would love to have like more pollen of this one now, but this isn't looking good. Yeah, I'm gonna end this. This isn't the type of pollen collecting that I want to do. Because it's also a trait then, if there's so little pollen. So let me just label this. Wörlitz, mal Cantora, Rot Orange, mal Orange. Right? No, not this one, this one. No Cantora Gelb. Yeah. Okay, so now we have a little bit of pollen of the purple one. Mostly useless, but it doesn't matter. So I want to do pollination now. I want to pollinate the yellow one here. And yeah, maybe we can get some pollen behind. Very careful about not causing accidental pollination here. But there's so little pollen that that it's hard to work with it, you know. Oh, I hate that. I hate when that happens. Don't be useless, flower. Help me, man. I want to make a pollination with you. Yeah, let's try it out. So what I'm pollinating now is this one here. The purple one will get the yellow one, and the yellow one will get the purple one. Pollinating these with each other, and I'm happy with that. This one could produce something amazing with the yellow one. This kind of color, yellow, pale yellow, I love that. These are good crosses, but you need to they do not sound super sexy, so you often like do something else that sounds great on paper, but eventually when you see the flowers, the crosses that are looking good on paper aren't always the best ones. Sometimes you have to make the crosses that sound a little bit boring, unusual, like, you know, some of the best hybrids are made with random Echinopsis as father, or random Trichocereus as father. Sometimes you cannot judge a cross just by looking at the parents. Some produce magic with each other. Yeah, and I'm really bothered by the fact that there isn't enough pollen here. Let's get the bag. Let's get what we have in the bag and use that. There's not a lot, but it might be enough for the pollination. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Yeah, now hopefully we will get some seeds. I'm not sure because I feel like the amount of pollen that is available isn't really enough, you know, but I don't want to be a negative Nancy in advance. Let's give it a chance. Okay. Yeah, okay, so this one got this hybrid here, multi-hybrid, also with Shaferi. Shaferi coming through, but not totally. I mean, it's an interesting hybrid. Grafted plant, maybe 3 years old, 2-3 years old, from my own crosses. Could be useful for hybrid breeding, but you never know how they pass down. if a plant just copies itself in the next generation, then it's worthless for breeding. Then you can only use it as a father, and even then, it's useless because you do not need the same copy again if it is so dominant as a father that it comes out again in the next generation, you know? So it will depend on how good it passes down stuff, traits, good traits. For example, like this purple strong contrast, I would love to get that into the flower. But very often Telegonoides and Shaferi, both very close species in my opinion. Maybe even the same. But they are both sometimes extremely dominant. A lot of the offspring of Telegonoides that you see is apricot colored, yellow, reddish, orange, these kinds of colors. Yeah, I don't know why. It just needs a little bit more work. With the right species, with the right partner, you can get an amazing Telegonoides hybrid. You've seen it in Ulf Meerbold, what an amazing plant. Yeah, but you would probably have to make a lot of crosses that end up being a copy. Okay, so this one here, we will probably not pollinate. I will give it another half a day to open up a little bit, but I would probably move that one away now to make sure it's not causing accidental pollination, because if something would happen like accidental insect pollination, I wouldn't want to have this one as a father. You know, so this size I need to move away, and it's a great cross too on paper, you know, and the body looks great. I actually like the body very much. This is a interesting kind of plant. Got roughed up last year, like all my plants when my marriage failed. But apart from that, it came out pretty nicely. So sad to see this one go because I like the body, but I cannot keep that. Yeah, and the Arboricola hybrid here. This is so amazing. I love it. I'm so glad that I did a time lapse with it. Maybe I'll do another one with the other one, because I have 2 Arboricolas flowering tonight. That might be a good idea. Yeah. I want to collect pollen from the yellow one, and then I'm done here. Going inside. It's raining. I have wet shoes. I hate that. My shoes are completely messed up. Look at this. I hope they hold for the rest of the season, because I promised that I will wear them until the end of the season. But the way they look, it's getting close. Everything's wet. And who knows what, like, suddenly you have a insect or slug in the shoe. Okay, so yeah, there's pollen here. Actually, quite a lot. But I'm also a little bit hesitant to pound against the flower. So I wanna say, yesterday, by the way, there was another football relegation match, and once again, like yesterday, like a few days before, the underdog lost. And while it was probably like justified that they lost in this case, it was just a perfect example where a system protects the old ones, the ones that are coming from the first league, and disadvantages the smaller ones, like the underdogs that do not have all that money that the guys in the first league have. They're just disadvantaged, and often the amateur club doesn't go up, and that bothers me. So I decided I will not watch this kind of playoff stuff anymore. They have changed the rules and added this playoff stuff, and I do not like it. At the end of the year, if you look at the table, at the list of the clubs, first spot wins, or the first 3 spots go up. That was such a simple system that they used earlier, but now they changed it to like playoff games after you qualify basically for the league, but then you gotta play playoffs again against the losers from the top league who already played a year. Terrible football. But yeah, I do not want to complain again. I was so mad yesterday. I just hate that stuff. I had to stop watching for a few years because I almost got a heart attack one year. I don't know which kind of final it was. I think Munich against Valencia, and I completely lost it. I really I was so frustrated because of this stuff. So yeah, so I stopped watching for a long time, and now I started again, and I'm already mad. Okay, I have enough pollen. I do not need like huge amount, just a little bit. This could be a sister plant of the other yellow one that we've seen recently. Okay. I feel ancient. My leg hurts. Okay, so just to put some labels on them. So this one got the yellow one. I will just write the number. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Arboricola needs more time. Wanna pollinate the purple one again? This is great. I love when I have purple and yellow and I can combine them together, because it's such a good combination. It brings out some amazing colors sometimes. Magic. Pink stripes kind of flower. Yeah, okay. And I will leave like these two in the greenhouse now. I think Arboricola, I want to move inside again, and this one goes to the other part of the garden where I move plants that I sorted out, or maybe in the other greenhouse. Yeah, that's what I will do. Okay, guys, gotta stop. The phone is full. So thank you for watching my videos all the time. Tonight's time lapse is amazing. You will be blown away. And yeah, there's more. I want to post more shorts now, because there's so much stuff that I cannot film a whole video. So I split it up a little. Every time I have a little bit time, I film. Yeah, and I'm a little bit scared, honestly. There's a big flower flush coming soon. And I'm not in the best condition, to be honest. I'm not, like, I'm starting to really feel the season in my bones, like really in the bones. And I don't know. It's a lot of work this year. We did such a great season prep that at some point you feel it, you know. But it will be awesome. I'm not sure what will happen after this summer, but I can tell you my life will change after this season. I know. I feel it. It's already in the air. Everywhere I suddenly get success, you know, I suddenly I no longer do the same mistakes I did in the past. Like I'm really like working hard on myself, on my own mistakes. In the past I often got like burnout, real burnout, and I couldn't, I don't know, I always had everything it takes to be successful as a channel, to build a channel that people like and enjoy and come back to. I always had that in theory, but it's actually hard to go in front of the camera and talk and be yourself. Because being yourself is scary, and I do not like myself. I'm the type of person who always like is very critical of himself, and that's not good. But yeah, takes guts to go out in front of the camera. I always was behind the camera, but only recently I'm in front of the camera, and that's just what is needed sometimes, you know, like being the face of something. And I'm doing my best to be a good face, to be respectable, doing good, not being mean, not posting mean stuff on social media. I just wanna, I don't know. Wanna actually be one of the good guys, you know, trying hard. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I gotta end this video now because the phone is full. But I appreciate that you are here with me, sharing this journey, me going through the worst part of my life to a better future, hopefully. And I'm working hard on it because I cannot continue the way I used to. I was poor. I hated, like, you know, that feeling that you have when you know that there's invoices that you need to pay and all. It took me half my life to overcome stuff like debt from my parents, you know. And now I'm finally at the spot where I like left all that behind, looking forward into the future and building something together. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you.